my other phone because I can't read comments on the phone that I'm broadcasting from, so I can't see who's here yet. I'll see you in just a second. Take me just a second to get on here. Who's here yet? I'll see you in there just a second. Hi, Wolfgang. How are you? I'm good. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing good. Hi, Sarah Newman, 84. Thank you for joining me. Wait, I gotta turn this phone down. Hi, Danielle Wolf, 22675. Hope you guys are having a good night. I haven't done very much today. Oh, good. Oh, you're not too good? What's wrong, Wolfgang? What's wrong? Oh, thank you, Sarah Newman, for inviting Precious Writing. Oh, I'm doing really good, Danielle Wolf. Is that Daniel? Oh, I'm sorry, Daniel. I was calling you Danielle. I am so sorry. I assume because most of the time we have mostly women here. Hi, Jeffrey Blair, 2021. Thank you for joining us. So good to see you guys. I'm starting a little earlier than I usually do. I usually don't start. Well, when I first started doing this a whole month ago, I would start out at about 7 o'clock to get everything set up, but I've learned I get that done about 6 o'clock and then I'm ready to go live, so I wait usually until about 7:15. And hi, Dartbane 346. Thank you for joining us. Oh, hi, Daniel. Now I see who you are. And I'm gonna have hi, Zach. I'm so glad you're here. Zachary Hendricks too is my son, and he's one of my moderators. And thank you, Zach. I'm so glad you're here. And oh, hi, Whitney. Is that Whitney too? No, it isn't. Sorry, Zach. I thought you were you and Whitney. But anyway, and but yeah, I don't have a particular topic to talk about tonight. I've got a couple of stories that I started last week that I'm going to kind of finish up. And absolutely, Wolfgang 2316, absolutely. Support the rights of all people. Oh, okay. No, I don't see Zoe, Zach. My granddaughter Zoe is usually here too. And my daughter-in-law, and sometimes my daughter Alexis and my grandsons from Ohio are there too. Hi, I'm going to probably mess this up, but I'm going to say Dry Pine 2. Thank you for joining us. Oh, you saw your own name, Zach. Oh, your wishy stepdad did what, Wolfgang? I might have missed a comment there. Your wishy stepdad did. Well, you'll have to clarify that because I don't know what that means. But you can share that with us. But and this time, for those of you who have joined me before and I never know what time it is, I have this antique clock that I have wound up that I probably had for 30 years, and it's never been wound or set, and it actually works. You can even hear it ticking, I think. I don't know if you can or not. But anyway, so I won't have to be asking people the time all the time. But yeah, sometimes I have a topic and sometimes I don't, because I see most of you people are new that I see here. Except for maybe Daniel. Daniel, have you been here before? I think you have, haven't you? Oh, Well, that's unfortunate, Wolfgang. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, yeah. But I understand. I have people in my family. Hi, Zoe. Hi, Zoe. Thank you for joining us. Zoe is my granddaughter, Zach's daughter, and she's usually here. And, but, yeah, Wolfgang, I don't usually get on topics of, I stay pretty middle of the road with things just because, my grandchildren usually watch my lives, and so I just got a text. Even though I have it on D&D, I have some people who I have, where you do that emergency bypass. Well, yeah. But it was a good text. Oh, Yuki and I, thank you for coming back. I saw you here last week. So that's a good thing. If people that were here before come back, that's good. But most of the people that are usually here, they know that I don't start till 7:30, so they usually don't come until about 7:30. Oh, Belzadina? Belzadina? Oh, I never am good with that. Oh, yeah, Wolfgang, I understand that. I understand that. There's a lot of people that have to do that, and it's unfortunate, but it is getting better, I think, though. I think so. I don't know, because, it's you can't ever know what another person goes through. But do support you. And Zoe, how's the bird doing, Zoe? My granddaughter Zoe found a bird that apparently had fallen out of the nest too soon. And oh, my are you talking to me, Daniel? My birds are good. You can't hear them because they're in a, I guess you call it a Florida room. I call it a sunroom. But I shut the door there so we can't hear them carrying on, because they don't go to sleep until it gets dark. And if they hear me, because my house is pretty quiet, I live here by myself, so they're not used to me. I do talk to myself, but they're not used to hearing me talk, and when they hear me talk, they start carrying on. So I shut the door. Hi, is that generic? 81801, is it generic? I have such a hard time reading the usernames. It's like something seriously wrong with some processor in my brain that allows me to read words that are all strung together. I have a hard time doing that sometimes. Hi, Nitya. Thank you for joining us. Oh, yeah, my bird, Minky. Yeah, she's doing fine. She's doing fine. And she has a friend that, he's not in any of my videos. His name is Mojo. He's a Fisher lovebird. And he's really gentle. You can hold him and pet him. He's actually more gentle than Minky is. But he can't be trusted, because he will, for no reason, he'll be just being so sweet, and then he'll just haul off and bite you unmercifully. So you can't really trust him. I couldn't trust him to sit on my shoulder like Minky does, because he's apt to kind of lay into me, and it's painful. Now, where Minky, she doesn't bite. Now, she'll peck at people, and she even pecks at me sometimes, but I raised Minky raised her from the time she was 3 weeks old. She was taken away from her parents because she was in their first clutch, so they stopped feeding. There were 3 of them, I think, and they stopped feeding, and so I went and picked her up and brought her home with me and hand fed her. And actually, I could not wean her. I kept hand feeding her until she was 9 months old. And then somebody told me if I got another bird, it was because she was taken away from her parents so young. And if I got another bird, that she would start eating. And she did eat on her own. It's just she didn't eat enough. And she would, as soon as I'd stop, and now I only fed her 3 times a day for, I don't know, that was probably a couple of months. Hi, Dan Gauthier, 34. And, but anyway, I had to do her nighttime feeding till she was about 9 months old, because every time I'd stop it, she'd start losing weight. And and I weighed her every day. But she's kind of a big cockatiel. I was afraid that she might be smaller than average because of, but she's kind of big actually. Oh, I have a cockatiel named Minky, and that I hand raised from the time she was 3 weeks old, Dan. And then I have a Fisher lovebird named Mojo, and he's tame, but he's a biter, so he stays in the cage. Minky, now she always used to have free reign of the house, and I don't do that all the time anymore like I used to, because she's very mischievous. She turned, oh, I can't think now. She turned 3 or 4. I can't remember. Let's see. I've lived here. It'll be 5 years in August, and I believe I got her the next year. So she probably turned 4 in January. Zach, that's not nice. My son said he has birds in the freezer. Yes, he does. He is a bird hunter. But hi, Bethany 66. Thank you for joining us. And Dan, I hope you like it. I only stay on until 8:30. I do it the same time every Thursday night from 7:30 until 8:30, and I usually go on a little early, but I don't usually start talking about whatever I'm going to talk about until 7:30. Which I don't really have anything. I've got a couple of stories from last week that I want to. Oh, hi, Leans2811. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. And Zach, I talked to Moto Gator today. I don't know if he's going to make it or not. But if not, we did okay last week. So I'm sure we'll be fine. But yeah, I see a lot of new people here. I'm really happy about that. Daniel, how did you happen to come to my live? And Dan, same with you, Dan Gauthier. How did you guys find my live? I'm just curious, because I have no idea. I've never asked anybody before how they came to be here. But who else is here? Is Wolfgang still here? I can actually look up here. I see Daniel. Oh, hi, Nazar. I didn't even see you pop in. Thank you. So good to see you. Well, I don't know how to turn that thing back off. But yeah, I don't always see people. I don't always see people when they first pop in. I think I do. I'm usually, but sometimes if I just, hi, Chismig, CHSMIG, and oh yeah, my son, yeah, he does have a good sense of humor. It's a little biting sometimes, but he's quick. And he teases me about my birds all the time, as a matter of fact. Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm so glad. So much. I call them my Dan, I call them, or Daniel, I call them my promos. I'm glad somebody saw that. Which one did you see? What did it look like? Because they're drastically different. But yeah, that's great. You're the first person that I know of, and I don't know why when I'm talking I look at my phone. I even wave at my phone like you're going to see that. Well, I guess actually you do see it. But what was I getting ready to say? Oh, I do those promos all the time. And I never even ask anybody that's here if that's how they found me. But yeah, I tell people that I want this to be your favorite show on Thursday nights from 7:30 till 8:30. That's where I saw your name before, Daniel, is because you liked my video. And I don't know if I'm following you, but I'll tell you, I'm at the max for following people is 10,000. Hi, Mama Jerry. Good to see you. But I will make a note that because a lot of times people unfollow me, so it frees up a slot. As soon as somebody always will unfollow me, not because I do anything, but because they want, somebody else that they want to follow if they're at their max too. And some people, I think the one hater that I've had called me boring. So, a lot of people don't like boring, and I am a little boring. Not a very exciting person. Hi, Tom Sire. Oh, okay. Okay. I'll see you when you come back, Dan Gauthier. But, oh, hi, Sweet Pea. Good to see you. So good to see you. Love you. Nazar, say something. Oh, there you are. I see you now, Nazar. Hi. So glad you're here. And hi, Daniel. I see that you came back. Yes, that's, what? That could be true, Zach. Do you think that my one hater who called me boring, that, they could really be obsessed with boring? You think that could be true? Yeah, I don't really have any haters. I don't think calling me boring is a hater. That's just stating a fact. Hi there. Hi, Sweet Pea. Oh, thank you, Sweet Pea, for sending me those likes. Where there was another person. Oh, that's what Tom McDonald said, Zach. I don't even know who Tom McDonald is. I'm out of the loop. Sorry, I'm looking for somebody popped in here and I missed them. I guess maybe they didn't stay. They heard me calling myself boring and decided to leave. Nazar, look, I got a clock. I had this clock. I've had it for probably 30 plus years, but it's an antique clock, and it just sits on the nightstand in the spare bedroom, and it's never even been wound that I know of. Alarm might go off here at some point because I didn't even remember how to set an alarm on it. Oh, I do see it now. There's actually a hand on there that looks like a second hand, but it's not working. Well, anyway, I'm fascinated with the fact that I actually had the foresight to bring a clock this time. Hi, Lily No More. I'm so glad to see you. So good to see you. I don't think you've been here before, but there's a lot of people, Lily No More, that's here. Now, my son Zach is here. He's one of my moderators. And usually Ricky is one of my, or Moto Gator is, hi, Lala Lolly is one of my moderators, but he's, as you know, he's been having some difficulties, but, hi, Lala Lolly. Zach, Lala Lolly is Alicia, in case you don't know that. She was here last week. Alicia's my cousin. And I have. I'm so glad. I'm so glad, Lily No More. It isn't anything exciting, but it's kind of fun. It's fun for me. I don't know how fun it is for other people, but it's fun for me. Oh, well, see, Zach, last week when Alicia came, I had no idea who she was. I had to ask her who she was because I can't see the photos on my phone well enough. Plus, last week, hi, Haley Boyd 7. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. But last week, Zach, I couldn't see very well because right before I started my live, I looked in the mirror and my eyes were all bloodshot because I hadn't been sleeping very much. And I thought I looked like I'd been on a 5-day bender. So I thought, man, I wish I had some Visine. Well, I looked in my medicine cabinet and sure enough, there was a bottle of eye drops there. But, they're probably 2 years old because I sort of remembered buying them and then looking at the ingredients and deciding I didn't want to put that in my eyes. But, in a moment of desperation and vanity, I put them in my eyes. And as soon as I put them in my eyes, it was like I lit my eyes on fire. But they did clear. The whites of my eyes were no longer red, but then later in the evening my eyesight started blurring a little bit, so I said maybe you shouldn't use sketchy 2-year-old eye drops. Piece of advice. Oh, thank you, Lily No More. I appreciate that so much. That is so sweet. Oh, hi, Angie Bryant, 1980. Thank you for joining us. And with my... Oh, my God! I had a very strange feeling that was going to happen. I started using this antique clock that I've never even wound before. And apparently there was an alarm set. Because I don't even know how to work this, actually. But the time is working, and we are at 7:30 now. Apparently, the alarm was set for 7:30. How appropriate. But the one thing that I was going to elaborate on a story. Oh, burned it first? Oh, okay, so that may not have been abnormal. Now, I remember I used to, years ago, and I didn't bring my Kleenex in here, and arbitrarily with my allergies, I start sniffing, having to wipe my nose, and I didn't even bring my Kleenex, but if I have to, I'll get up and go get them. But, yeah, I used to use Visine AC periodically because my allergies are really bad, and, I remember them burning a little bit now that you mention it. But, oh, thank you, Daniel, for sending me likes. I love that. I love when people do that. Yeah, so, Sweet Pea, you may be right. It may have been perfectly normal for them to burn. Maybe they burned the red right out. Because they did. They cleared my eyes up, and fortunately I slept. I have a bad habit of not sleeping for no reason. Just Zach has his own theory about why I don't sleep. But hi, Trip Mom 91. Thank you for joining us. And Chevy Dawson 66. Thank you. And Sonora 89. Boy, and Wyatt Earp 50. We have Wyatt Earp. I've had the outlaw Josie Wells here before. One of my grandson's friends came with him one time. So now we got Wyatt Earp. Patty McEvans, hi, or McVans. I remember you being here before. Thank you so much for coming back. See, people, all you new people, that's a good sign. I have people that come back every week. Oh, you have to get your kids ready for bed? Oh, I'm so happy to see you too. And Sonora, you'll always see the clips. You'll always see that. Oh, I missed somebody. Patty. Somebody named Patty that I missed when they popped in. Hi, Patty. Thank you, Sweet Pea. I appreciate that so much. Oh, putting ice cubes in your coffee. I do that too sometimes. Bye, Alicia. Bye. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Sorry, when I get the reflection in my lights, I mean the light. Oh, Lord. When I get the reflection in my glasses, I try not to do that. Oh, hi, Dan. Thank you for coming back. There you go, Patty. I'm good, Patty. How are you doing? And I remember seeing a few of your videos this week that I really liked. But, I'm sorry, Patty, I cannot get your last name. Pascarella. Pascarella. Got it. I think I got it. Anyway. Thank you so much for joining us. I think you're new too, aren't you? We got a lot of new people tonight. And we have, I want to make sure that I've said hello to everybody. Now, one of the stories that I'm gonna tell part of. Oh, hi, Barbara Dudley. I did not see you come in. Hi, thank you for joining us. That's why I like to go back and look real quick, just because I don't want to miss anybody. I think I got everybody. Daniel, Daniel Wolf, are you still here? And Wolfgang, I don't know if Wolfgang is still with us. I don't know how I can tell if people are still with us. Oh, I'm glad to hear it, Patty, and thank you. Hopefully you'll like it. Oh, hi, Jessica. I was gonna text you back. My daughter Jessica Lee is my daughter. I was gonna text you back when you tried to FaceTime me. I was getting ready to start my live, and I was gonna text you back, and then I just kind of forgot. But yeah, when I start getting ready for my live, I put my phone on D&D, but now sometimes it comes through. But thank you so much for coming, Jessica. You've only been here once before, I think. Oh, hi, Kimmy. Love you, sweetheart. Kimmy's my youngest granddaughter. She will actually be turning 4 here pretty soon. She's being chitty chatty today. Oh, hi, Girls Play 256. Thank you for joining us. And baby girl Beth, thank you for joining us. And if you pop on here and I don't acknowledge you, make sure you say hi to me, because I don't like to miss people when they log on. And you guys that are new will figure out that my stories take forever, because I like to pay attention to people who are watching. So I interrupt my stories, and then a lot of times I do not remember what I was talking about. But I wanted to tell a little bit more for any of you that watch my TikToks. I use clips from my live, and I do a lot of TikToks, especially here lately. Oh, hi, the fam page. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm glad I look pretty today, because I will tell you, yesterday I wasn't looking too good. I think I hadn't slept for 2 days. But the story that I wanted to tell a little bit more about, because there was a really funny part to it. I mentioned this Black Keys. Now we're on music here. The band, the Black Keys, they're one of my favorites. And I was fortunate enough to get tickets to a by invitation only show that was in Columbus at a place called Scully's Downtown Diner. Well, oh, who are you? Oh, hi, Smaka Hontus? Smaka Hontus. That's what it looks like. Thank you for joining us. Oh, I was trying to figure out who Zach was saying hi, bro, to. That was Jessica saying hi, bro. But anyway, back to the Black Keys show. And I'm going to try to finish this story. I'll keep looking. Zach, you and Jessica say hi, Evan1776. Thank you for joining us. Zach, will you and Jessica say hi to people for me so that I can... Never mind, that doesn't work. But, oh, thank you, Smokahontas. I'm so happy too. I love when new people come here. And I was asking Dan, or Daniel, I'm sorry, I was asking, hi Dan, thank you for coming back. I was asking, you're about to hear a really great story of mine. I think it's a great story anyway. Hi, Mamash 520. Oh, that's fine. That's fine, Zach. I was just kidding, really, anyway. So good to see you, Smokahontas. I can't say it, Smokahontas. Is that right? Anyway, back to the story about the Black Keys. And I had not been to this place called Scully's Downtown Diner before. It was down on OSU campus, Ohio State University, for you, those of you not familiar. Oh, okay. Fan page 124 is Whitney. Hi, Whitney. Sorry, I didn't know your new name. Whitney's my daughter-in-law. Anyway, I had not been to Scully's Downtown Diner before, and it has the word diner in it. So I got the 2 tickets, and the person that got them for me, because they were by invitation only, the person that got them for me wasn't able to go. So I invited a friend of mine to go. And we had come straight from work, because I think it was on like a Tuesday night. Oh, yeah. My grandchildren changed my daughter-in-law's username. But, so, I invited my friend to go, and we went straight from work. And it was June, July, it was hot. Well, at work, I said I wore my work clothes. Well, I didn't elaborate on that. I had on a skirt, suit, and heels. And we're going to a Black Keys show. I thought we were going to a diner. I had no idea. So I thought we were going to go there, eat some dinner, listen to some music. And now I'm very familiar with the Black Keys. I love them. You know, it's Patrick Carney and Dan Arbaugh. And incredible. I will tell you, Patrick Carney is the hardest working musician I have ever seen, because for probably 2.5 hours straight, he did not let up on those drums. It was incredible. And for it to be 2 people, amazing. And I mean, I know they use some of that filler pre-recorded stuff or something like that. I forget what that's called, but incredible. Anyway, so we get there. Well, we can't go in. We got there early. We can't, by the way, my friend had the good sense to change into like some shorts and tie-dye shirt and sandals. Well, not me. I had on probably a black or navy blue skirt suit and heels. And like I said last week, my big grandma purse on my arm. In fact, she suggested that I put the purse in the trunk, and I'm like, why would I do that? She said, well, I'm just saying. Well, anyway, we could not eat there. So we left and went to a place across the street. Again, this is on OSU campus, High Street. Bar capital of the universe, actually. We went and got something to eat, and then we came back, and then we went in, and we were in pretty much, because you've got 600 people, and I swear we were the only 2 women there that I saw. And I mentioned last week that I thought maybe the whole OSU basketball team was there, because everybody in there was towering over us. And I'm not short. I'm 5'7", and neither is she. But it was like everybody was head and shoulders above us. and which was a little difficult. Well, the part of the story that I wanted to tell, because there was no warm-up act, and we waited for pretty close to 2 hours before they came on stage after we got inside there. And I mean, we are packed in there. That's why I called it a mosh pit. And there was nobody like passing people over the top or like slamming or whatever, diving into it. But that's all it needed to be a mosh pit, is somebody diving into it. Or slam dancing. But anyway, while we were waiting, and there's all these young men there that, you know, probably in their late teens, early 20s, because probably most of them are OSU students. Well, while we were standing there, my friend Shauna may have gone to get something to drink or something, I'm not sure. But while I'm standing there, hi Claire, thank you for joining us. While I'm standing there with these young men, I start talking to them, and, you know, I think I'm pretty cool at this point, you know. Even with my big grandma purse on my arm, I still thought I was pretty cool. And first of all, pretty cool that I like the Black Keys, you know. Now, this has been about probably 10 years ago, maybe a little longer, actually. So I was only 50 then. But, so while she was gone, I started talking to the young men that were standing around me, and I said, what song do you think they'll play first? Let's all guess which song they're going to play first, and then we'll see who's right. And so I guessed I Got Mine, because that's one of my favorite Black Keys songs. And they all said, I wish I had pictures of that day, actually. We didn't take pictures all the time like we do now. I would have had video of it. But anyway, so I'm talking to him, and I think I'm very cool that, first of all, I know Black Keys songs, so I can guess at what, you know, and my impression of that, you know, was that I was being very cool when I was asking them, let's all guess what song they're going to play first and see who ends up being right. And we kept doing stuff like, and we kept inviting more people into our guessing game. Well, the next morning, my friend Shauna that I worked with and all the other people that I worked with, including the person who had given me the tickets, we all went to breakfast. I think it was every other week on Wednesday mornings. That's how I know it was a Tuesday night. And the next morning at breakfast, the person that gave me the ticket said, well, how was the show? And I said it was really great. It was absolutely incredible, and I just thought I was so cool. Well, then my friend Shauna says, yeah, I go get something to drink and I come back and she's playing guessing games with the children. She said, I thought they were going to break into a game of I Spy at any moment. So, hearing the story from her point of view, and she also told them how I had my big grandma purse on my arm. So, hi, Jeff Teach 5. Thank you for joining us. And Janice, hi Janice. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. My point to that was how hearing a story from another person's perspective could sometimes change how we see things. Because I did. Oh my God, I thought I was the coolest thing for being at that show until I heard it from her perspective. with my grandma purse and playing guessing games with the children while we waited for the show to start. That was her perspective. Hi, blessed, grateful, and crazy. Thank you for joining us. Love to see you here. But that was one thing. Because I told a little bit of the story last week, but I didn't include that part of it. And anyway, it was still a lot of fun, and I don't care if I look like an old grandma in a mosh pit. I don't care. I still loved it. It was great. Oh, I'm doing good. How are you doing? I'm talking to blessed and grateful and crazy. Hi, the Harrison boys. Thank you for joining us. So glad to see you guys here. But anyway, and there was another. Oh, good. Glad to hear that, blessed. So glad to hear that. Oh, good, Janice. You think that story was funny? Because sometimes I tell stories and you kind of had to be there. So I never know if that's, sometimes I'll run it past Zach and ask him, is this a story where you had to be there? Hi, Williams 9624. And I may have to get up and go get my box of tissue because I didn't put it here. And I kid you not, it isn't until I sit down and start doing this that my nose starts running. I have no idea why. Maybe I'm allergic to the makeup or something. I don't know. Wouldn't be surprised. But I am going to have to get up for a second and go get my tissue. I'll be right back. Never had to do that before. Because usually that's the first thing I sit here on the sofa is my box of tissue. But I was so obsessed with the clock tonight, I guess I forgot the tissue. Which it is nice to have a clock. But I can't see on either phone because when you're when you're watching live. What? Zach, what are you asking Smocahontas? Oh, hi, Janner Wood 81. Thank you for joining us. But that was the one story. Hi, Robert Morrow. Thank you for joining us. That is the one story that I wanted to add something to. And it seems like there was another one. Oh, no, there wasn't anything to add to the time I lit somebody on fire. Hi there, Robert. Thank you for joining us. There wasn't any more to elaborate on that. Oh, hi, Trip Mom. Oh, you're from Alabama, Janner Wood. Thank you for letting us know. I'm in Kentucky, so we're not too far apart. A little bit, not too far apart. And oh, Pennsylvania. So we got Pennsylvania, Alabama, where High Fun Times 224, Virginia. Oh, Janice, I didn't know you were in Virginia. I didn't know that before. Oh, another Virginia. We got two Virginias here. Trip Mom is also from Virginia. And Iowa. McVenn's is in Iowa. Zach used to live in Iowa. Oh, Smocahontas, you're in Kentucky too. That's great. We have Florida. Oh, Nazar, I knew you were in Florida. So we got a lot of Kentucky. We got several Kentuckies. No, I have not, Trip Mom. One of my aunts just went there. Trying to think, I guess it was late last summer. One of my aunts went and she really loved it. No, I have actually never ever been to the Kentucky Derby. I haven't really lived in Kentucky most of my life. I just moved here. Yeah, and Zach is in Kentucky too. Most of my adult life I lived in Ohio, but my dad was career military. So I spent summers here. I was never actually here in May, but I grew up primarily in Texas, and I went to high school in Germany. In fact, we lived in Germany twice. We lived in Nuremberg when I was little under 10 years old. We lived in Nuremberg, and then we went back when I was 14, and I went to high school at Stuttgart American High School, and that was actually in Ludwigsburg. Yes, you. Oh, yeah, I would love to do that. In fact, one of my cousins and his wife, they go to the Oaks Day and to the Derby every year. Now, I don't know if they got to go. Zach, did Walt and Cynthia get to go to the Derby this year? Because with Taylor's graduation, I didn't know if they were going to get to go or not. One of my. Oh, thank you, Alex. Oh, hi, Alex. You were here last week. Thank you so much for coming back. And hi, Loretta Dent. Thank you for coming too. Yeah, because I don't know how they would have gone. Oh, really? Janice, you live there too because of in the military. I don't know that I know I don't even know if I can pronounce it. Oskaffenburg. I don't know that I've ever even heard of that. What is it close to? What is that close to? Because I've been to a lot of different cities because I was on the cross country team and the track team, and so we traveled all over Germany, and even when we had finals, we would travel outside of Germany once we had finals. And what's the story? Is that, Alex, my oh, hi, Loretta. My son wasn't here last week when you asked me that question, and my son and we haven't done much with it here lately. I've still been working on it, but my son's going to help me with it because my son is a much better creative writer than I am. And, oh, I see, Trip Mom. Now, I was born in Kentucky. I was born about 2 miles from where I live right now, as a matter of fact. The hospital that I was born in is still there, and believe it or not, and it's about 2 miles from me, so come right back to where I was born. And I moved back here about 5 years ago for health reasons, actually, not that the climate was better. Oh, an hour south of Frankfurt? I don't even know what that means. I'm not good with south and but I know about where Frankfurt is, so I know you're right around Frankfurt somewhere. It does look exactly the same as it did in 1961, Zach. That's a fact. The hospital that I was born in. Oh, you were born in Louisville. And you live in Clarksville now, Clarksville, Indiana. Oh, that's really cool. I do have, hi, Paul Carver. Thank you for joining us. Oh, we're an hour south of Frankfurt. Janice, you may be very close to us. Zach says that we're an hour south of Frankfurt. So we may be neighbors and don't even know it. Janice, I live in Berea. Hi, Kathy. 1274. Thank you for joining us. We're talking about just where everybody's from. But Berea. Janice, we're from Berea. That's where I was born. Oh, hi, Michelle Murray. Or is that Michael Murray? Can't tell. It's Michelle. Hi, Michelle. She's probably from Danville or so. Oh, you're in Virginia now. Okay, gotcha. You're in Virginia. I got it. Alex. Oh, thank you for sharing, Alex. Thank you for sharing my video. But the story that Alex is asking me about. Zach, he's asking me about stay, because I just brought up a little bit of it last week because Alex Richmond asked if I wrote stories. Oh, she meant Frankfurt, Germany. Oh, Lord. Janice, I am so sorry. See what I mean? I jump from one topic to another, and I have absolutely no memory of what I was talking about before. Janice, I am so sorry. Zach, she meant Frankfurt, Germany. Okay, you're an hour south of Frankfurt. Got it. Oh, you were born in Vegas? That's actually kind of cool. I don't know that I've ever met anybody, Paul Carver. I don't know that I've met anybody. Hi, Sunshine. And hi, thank you for joining us. Thank you so much, Sunshine Girl. No, Paul, I don't know that I've ever met anybody born in Vegas before, that I can think of anyway. Hi, Gina Beans. Gina Beans. Oh, Dan, no, he was, Trip Mom, he was actually talking about Danville, Kentucky. That's what my son was talking about, not Danville, Virginia, Danville, Kentucky. I'm going to get a drink of coffee because, I wonder why I stay up all night. But, and I didn't make very many. Oh, Sunshine, thank you for the rose. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah. See, that's why I love that you guys are friends with each other. Oh, you're Lynchburg, Virginia. Okay. Yeah. I am familiar with Lynchburg. I don't know that I've ever been there, but I may have been. I traveled a lot when I was young, but I don't even know where all I've been. But anyway, Alex, I see that you came back, and thank you for sharing the live with other people. But I started talking to Alex telling the story, Zach, last week, because Alex asked. Yes, Liberty University. That's right. That is where I've heard of that. Oh, that's great. Did you see that? Janice, Trip Mom's son lives in Lynchburg. But Zach, Alex asked if I write stories, and so I started talking a little bit about stay, and I just kind of breezed over that it's a story about time travel, but I didn't really talk about why I'm traveling in time. And the premise of the story, and the reason that I want to travel in time, Alex, and go back to when I was in high school is because when I was in high school, when I was 17 years old, my boyfriend, or high school sweetheart at the time, left me and went into the Air Force. And we never saw each other again until a year ago. Actually, he started talking to me on Facebook about 3 years ago, and I didn't pay any attention until it'll be a year ago in June. In fact, June 6th, it will be a year ago that I responded to him. It wasn't when he first started talking to me, but it was when I finally noticed and responded to him. And so, anyway, and oddly enough, Zach is helping me with this story, and he says, Mom, you're asking me to help you with a story that would actually just eliminate my existence. Because what I want to do is go back in time to when we were in high school. And hi, Saving Phoenix. Thank you for joining us. But I want to go back to when we were in high school, and I want to fix it so that him and I spend our lives together instead of reconnecting 42 years later. And so that's what made me start wanting to write that story. And Zach, because he knows it won't really eliminate him from existence. But he's going to help me write the story. Once I get it completed, I'm going to give it to him for him to rewrite, because what I was getting ready to say, Alex, is that I used to be a pretty good creative writer when I was young. I mean, I'm not going to say it was great, but I mean, I wrote a lot of stories when I was a kid, just like Zach did. And Zach's actually a songwriter and a poet also. His creative writing is much better than mine, because for many, many years, I had to write processes, and not any kind of fun processes, but processes for electroplating. And I also did that. I wrote processes when I worked for Pioneer Communications when I was very young, because my background, I have a very diverse background, but I was an electronics technician when I was young. And I also became an electroplater, and then I ended up as a associate development coach, and I'm a certified development coach. And I was a Mercedes-Benz salesman for 8 years. I was a seamstress when Zach and his sister were young. When they were babies, I was a seamstress because I wanted to stay at home with them. They were my 2 youngest children, because I have 4 children. Zach is my baby. He's the baby boy. And he's the only one that lives here in Kentucky with me. My 3 daughters live in Ohio. And I do have 13 grandchildren. But anyway, that's why I want Zach to go over it, because when I write things, and I'm getting further removed from process writing and technical writing, I have found that some of a little bit of my creative writing is starting to come back. So you don't lose it forever, apparently. But once I'm done with it, I'm going to give it to Zach, and he has claimed all rewrite privileges, which I didn't really want him to have, but those are his conditions. And I have no doubt that he will make the story better. He knows that it has to stay true to what actually happened. And then, and I'm still, the thing that I'm a little, first thing that had hung me up on it, yes, that's right. He is gonna, in fact, I'll let him even put his name on it. I don't care. Hi, 4RU8P0. 4RU8P0. Does that say something that you could spell out phonetically for me? Oh, thank you, Janice. Thank you. I never even thought of that before. I know. Yeah, sort of, Trip Mom. I never thought of that. Actually, the movie that was the most inspiration for me, what was the most, probably that influenced me the most with this, was Somewhere in Time. It's a movie from 1982 with Christopher Reeves and, who did I say, Jane Seymour. That's because that's what I was telling Alex, the thing that hung me up first was I needed a mechanism for the time travel. And Zach and I are both kind of fans of and lovers of quantum physics. So we want the time travel mechanism to be something that holds true to the rules of quantum physics. And for those of you who haven't heard me tell any of this before, I pointed out last week that the mechanism for time travel is going to be music. Because you know how and this is kind of goes with Somewhere in Time, but when you hear music or you taste certain food or you smell certain smells, how it can just take you right back to a period in time of when you associate with that music or that food or that smell. In fact, smell's a really big trigger too, but music can absolutely take me right back. And what I base that I can travel in time with that, and I think it's very plausible and believable because it's sort of like how it was done in Somewhere in Time, and that was believable. Because Ronald Mallett actually has proven out that time travel is possible, but when he did it, even he only went back in time just a millisecond. And so if that's possible, if I can go back in time a millisecond by listening to music, well, then it's plausible that I can go back in time for however long that's another thing we're hung up on. Well, we're not. I am. That I haven't decided on is I haven't decided, and because I kind of work things out. I want an outline before I start filling that in, and I've already filled the outline's done, and I've already filled a lot of it in. I don't know yet how I want the story to unfold, and I still it hasn't really set with me. The mechanism for time travel, I'm good on. The title, I'm good on. The title is Stay. And there's a reason for that. There's a Jackson Browne song called Stay. And that's actually the song that I'm going to have take me back in time. And the other reason that Stay is really the title that I want is because, oh, hi, Wild775. Thank you for joining us so much. Absolutely, Janice. But, I forgot where I was. Got the mechanism for time travel. Oh, the reason that it's called Stay, not just the Jackson Browne song, and the Jackson Browne album Running on Empty and the Bob Seger album Night Moves are the two albums we would listen to one side of one of those albums every day at lunchtime at his house. I actually wasn't there with him though. I was with his brother and my best friend, because my best friend was his brother's girlfriend, and every day it was when we lived in Germany. We lived across the street from the school. So we would just go to their house every day at lunchtime, and we would listen to one of sides of one of those two albums. And I would always pick side 2 of Jackson Browne's Running on Empty. Hi, Deb16. Thank you for joining us. I would always pick side 2 of Jackson Browne's Running on Empty because I love the song Stay. The other reason that song is so perfect is because when I go back in time, I have the dilemma of whether I'm going to stay there and live our lives together, or am I going to come back to the future and resume at this point? And that I'm still working on, and Zach's helping me with that because he points out to me, he always points out the butterfly effect to me, and how every change that I make is going to have a huge ripple effect, and you have no idea. So all of those things have to be plausible. And the other thing is, if I go back in time and stay back in time, then I have to come back to the future at some point before I run into myself, because if that happens, then poof, I'm gone. And it will be as though I never existed. Oh, no, Trip Mom, I actually have... Hi, Crystal N 92, thank you for joining us. Here's the mechanism that I have to get back to the future. Because remember, the song Stay from the Jackson Browne 1970s album is what's going to take me to the past. And we have figured out that I have to go to the point in time when he tells me that he's going in the Air Force. And my granddaughter Zoe is the one that came up with how I'm going to fix it. How? Because I thought, well, how am I going to fix it? I'm not the one that messed it up. He is, because he's the one that left me and went in the Air Force. But my granddaughter Zoe solved that problem for us, because she said, Grandma, when he tells you he's going in the Air Force, you have to say, I will wait for you. And I said, no, I don't think he wanted me to wait for him. And she said, no, he wanted you to wait for him, but he didn't want to ask you to wait for him. He wanted you to say you would wait for him. I was 17 years old. That would have never even occurred to me. I would have never said, I'm going to wait for you. I may wait till you get out of sight. That's about it. Because I just wasn't serious about boyfriends when I was in high school. Just wasn't. I was very immature, for one thing. But hi there, L. Dugan, 1956. Thank you. Trip Mom. Yes, we actually, but he lives 1,240. He lives in New Mexico. And we have been having this, whatever you want to call it, virtual relationship. It will be a year, June 6th. Now, the plan is for him to retire here this year, but we have not seen each other since we started talking. We have not. He has not come here. I said, no, don't want that. When you come here, you come to stay. Or don't come at all. I have lived by myself for 13 years. Whoever was here last week may have heard me mention the fact that my significant other of almost 17 years, I lost him to suicide. It'll be 13 years ago, May 30th. And so I've been by myself since then. Not only have I been by myself, I haven't even dated anybody. Not one single person since in that 13 years. I just kind of, oh, thank you, Janice. But, hi, Kay Denise, 77. I just kind of, I was perfectly content that I would spend the rest of my life by myself. I absolutely was. I thought, no, had the love of my life. I lost him, and I think a big part of it, and I didn't even realize it until my old high school boyfriend and I started talking last year. Because he had been talking to me. He had been sending me messages on Facebook for 2 years. I just didn't pay any attention to it. And he sent me a song, and I sent a song back to him, and the first thing that he said to me was, I should have married you in high school. Well, that got my attention, because I said, no, I wouldn't have married anybody in high school. But anyway, and then we went from there. Trip Mom, I'm so sorry to hear that. But yeah, so you know what it's like to lose somebody that you love very much. Hi, Terry Lynn 38. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, Janice, that was very sweet. And anyway, hopefully he will be here. The only commitment that I have that's an actual commitment that I will not have to spend another New Year's Eve by myself. That's the only time commitment that I have. But we talk every day. Hi. I'm going to try to say this. Maria, Maria Dordade 523. I do not know. Hi there. I do not know how to say that, sweetie. I am so sorry. I'm going to say Marie. But, yeah, so we talk every day. In fact, that was who texted me after I started my live, even though I told him I was starting my live. He's like a small child. Hi, Bust Down Gizzle. Thank you for joining us. Every time I start doing something, that's when he starts texting. But we text pretty much every day, unless I throw fits a lot, so I do throw fits where I won't speak to him or I'll tell him, no, I'm not doing this anymore. Sorry, I'm done. And Zach knows this is true. And most of the time it's a day and a half, then he sends me a song, and then I'm right back in. Because that was something. Hi, James Gilmore. Oh, I love you too, sweetie. Hi, James Gilmore. Oh, I'm sorry, James Gilmartin. I'm sorry. You were here last week, and I did the same thing. But thank you for joining us. Oh, love you too, sweetie. Yeah. So I very frequently, and this was something that and this will be part of the story too, because he talks to me in song lyrics. That is how he tells me things that he needs to tell me, is in song lyrics. And yes, I do love that. That is exactly perfect for me. And my son Zach actually talked to my daughter-in-law in song lyrics. In fact, he wrote songs for her even. But I am okay. It is 8:20 now. I usually go until 8:30. Hi, Life with Grams. Thank you for joining us. Oh, you've remarried 16 years later. Wow, Trip Mom. So you spent 16 years by yourself. Well, I'm going on 13 here. And because I'm still by myself. I live by myself. I've lived by myself for, 13 years now. But yeah, Marie, what are you saying no about? I'm sorry, I may have missed something. But yeah, I will. But not sure what's going on there. Is Zach still here? Zach, are you still here? He said he was eating dinner. Yeah, I don't see him. He's still here. I just don't see him yet. Yeah, can you see what's up with Marie? I'm not sure what's going on there. She keeps messaging no, and I don't know what's going on. Can you have a look at that? Thank you. Finally have something to moderate. I'm just not real sure what's going on. Oh, hi, Fun Times. I am very comfortable, actually. I get myself situated here. I hate to move once I get situated. Well, I know, but she's saying no about something, Zach. Oh. Yeah, I don't know what she's saying no about. I can't figure. Oh, okay. Thank you, Marie. I have no idea how to pronounce her name. Hi, Mark Hill, 2310. Thank you for joining us. Oh, okay. That's fine, Zach. I just wanted you to look at it and see if you could figure it out, because I had no idea why she was saying no, like, over and over again. I thought something was wrong. But anyway. So this, you guys who have been here, you see, this is all we do. Is somebody asked me a question that probably could have, well, now Alex's question could not have been a one-word question, because he wanted me to talk more about a story that I'm in the process of writing. And I've actually never shared that story Oh, hi, Daisy Lou Who. Thank you for joining us. Um, oh, okay, that's fine, Zach. Oh, I'm in Kentucky Fun Times. Oh, I remember. You were here last week. I remember you last week, Fun Times. Um, but sometimes I get asked a question that should have a one word answer, and I can drag that out for hours. But anyway. Oh, you live in Michigan. Oh, Moto Gator. Hi, Ricky. I'm so glad you made it. I'm so glad. We missed you so much last week. And so happy to see you. Oh, good to see you, Daisy. Hi to you, Daisy Lou Who. Oh, so happy to see you, Ricky. So glad that you made it. And I've been worrying about you, but hopefully you're doing okay. And but we're just telling a story here, and but I haven't really shared any of that story before. And it was just so happened that last week Alex asked. I don't know why he asked me that. He asked me if I write stories. And oh, that's okay, Marie. Don't worry about it. It's not. You didn't do anything wrong. I just couldn't figure out what you were doing. That's okay. Um, no, I wasn't. I just wanted Zach to check for me and make sure you were okay. I didn't know exactly what you were asking me or what you were saying. But yeah. So that's why I told that story, because Alex asked me last week, and I told him, yeah, that Zach and I were working on a story about time travel. Oh, hi, Jinha 83. Thank you for joining us. And and Ricky, look, I have a clock now, an antique clock that had never even been wound before. I've had it for probably 30 years, and I wound it up, and lo and behold, it worked. So now I don't have to keep asking people what time it is. Oh, Juliet Best, it started with let's try, and I did. It's legitimate, and that's how I got a positive result. Oh, you must be talking to somebody else. Oh, hey, Jenna, or Jinha, 83. Thank you. And who else am I talking to? No, and Ricky, the other thing everybody was saying what state they're from. We have somebody from Florida, somebody from Virginia, somebody from Alabama. I don't remember where all else. And of course, we're in Kentucky. But I don't remember where all else we were in, where we had people from. I just wanted to make sure that I said hi to oh, Papa Perry. Hi, Papa Perry. Thank you so much for coming. And yes, you're calling me Gracie May. I love that. I did tell you my name is Gracie May, and I went to one of Papa Perry's lives, and I think he asked me what my actual name was, and I told him my name was Gracie May. Yeah. I like being called Gracie May. Actually, nobody calls me that. Um, but yeah. But so I don't really have anything else that I was going to talk about. So if you guys have any questions, if you have a question for me, be happy to answer it. There isn't really anything that I wouldn't answer, but as I get more of the stories stay written, maybe when I actually sit down to the nitty gritty and start actually getting into writing it, because I don't want it to be. It's not going to be a long story. Mm, that might be difficult for me. I don't know that I can tell short stories. But anyway, I don't intend for it to be. Hi, Dominique. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Johnson. Thank you. My daughter-in-law gave me these pants. I love them. They're really very comfortable. They're like real thin and they're kind of flowy. You can't really see it when I'm sitting down, but see, they're kind of flowy. I really like them. They're very comfortable, and I have this big black top that I wear with them. It looks nice. In real life anyway. I don't know how it looks on there, but oh, hi Sasha. Thank you for joining us. And but anyway, that would actually be something good for me to do. Oh, snazzy. Thank you, Mrs. Johnson. It's a little snazzy, isn't it? Um, but I love them. They're very comfortable. Um, oh, hi, Kasu0808. I'm sorry. Thank you for joining us. Oh, Sasha, thank you. That is so sweet. Oh, I love when you guys are saying hi to each other. I love that. But that might be a really good idea, something that I could do. Once I get into actually writing the story, this would be something really cool. Oh, hi, Darth Bane 346. I could actually, I wouldn't want to read it to you, but I don't really have to read stories. I can just tell them. Oh, thank you for coming, Trip Mom. Thank you so much. My favorite color is emerald green. Is my favorite color. That's also my birthstone because my birthday's coming up soon. Darth Bane, I'm going to be 60 years old here in not very many days, actually. But yeah. And I'm actually looking forward to being 60 because, oh, thank you, Mrs. Johnson. I'm sorry, Diane. I don't know why I do that. I do that to Moto Gator all the time. Instead of calling him Ricky, I still say Moto Gator. I'm sorry, Diane. I don't know why I do that. I guess I get used to that name. Oh, hi, Jason Bandini. Thank you for joining us. But one of my friends told me, I remember when I turned 50. Hi, Victoria Wade. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us. Not thank you for coming over. Oh, but thank you, Diane. And I did actually, Diane. I'm gonna say this. I did my very first kind of. Now I've done duets before, but they're always those duets like that somebody. I'm. They're not. I don't know what to call it, but I actually did. Yes, yes, Ricky, that's true. But I'm actually looking forward to turning 60. And I'll tell you that really quick because when I turned 50 years old, my friend told me that her 50s were the worst decade of her life and that her 60s were the best decade of her life. Now, I can't imagine that my 60s are going to be better than my favorite time. If I could go back to any age and stay that age, I would go back to 16. That was absolutely the best time of my life is when I was 16 years old. Loved it. It was perfect. Anyway, and so I'm looking forward to getting into 60 because I got to tell you, the 50s have not been great for me. They absolutely have not been great. And especially with health issues and things like that. Oh, Trip Mom. Oh, you're looking forward to 70. Now, don't even tell me anything bad about the 60s because I don't want to know it. Because I did. 40s were your best. 50s were awful. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Hi, Yuki and me. Thank you for coming back. But yeah, I don't know. But my 50s were not a good time. But I mean, that is the time that I have spent by myself. And the early part of my 50s, I was still grieving. And probably I would call myself in full-blown grief mode for at least 5 years. So that would have been 10 years. 10, or I'm sorry. That would have been, I can't talk. Oh, Lord. That would have been 2013. Would have been when I think I came out of mourning, actually, because that's what I would call it. I really think that's what I went into. I just went into mourning, and although I still worked, and I was very successful and at that, but that was pretty much it. I lived to work. That was it. That's all I did when I was by myself, because that's all, that's just it. And work has always been really important to me. But once he passed away and I was by myself, it became everything to me. And then when I was no longer able to do that because of my health, yeah, that was a tough time too, because 5 years ago, that was when I was diagnosed, when I actually have a congenital heart defect that wasn't diagnosed until about 7 years ago. And that was because by that time, and it wasn't, I saw doctors. It was just, it's such a rare congenital heart defect. Nobody ever found it. They didn't find it actually until I went to the Cleveland Clinic. And that's where it was finally diagnosed, and now damage has been done to my heart, so there's not really anything that can be done. I have congestive heart failure and pulmonary hypertension, and all of that happened in my 50s. Yeah, that's why that is not a good time for me. But, oh, that's so sweet, Ricky. Oh, you're getting a knee replacement. I'm sorry I missed that. Oh, thank you, Sweet Pea. That is so sweet. I'll see you next week. Thank you. Well, Mrs. Johnson, I do. Two of my aunts, or one of my aunts and one of my friends, have had knee replacement. And they are glad that they had it done. So hopefully it'll go really well with you. And we will be praying for you. And thank you so much for saying that, Ricky. Oh, hi, Francie, 89. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to the 60s. Plus, I don't know. See, I would like to say that, yes. Hi, Amanda Amanda Carfero, I think I got that right. But, yeah, you'll have to let us know when you're doing that, Diane, and but, anyway, I, think that it's 8:35, and so I will see you guys next week. I'm going to go ahead and go, because I don't want to keep Ricky or Zach past 8:30. And remember, I want this to be your favorite TV show on Thursday for all of those who haven't been here before. And I will see you next week. Same time, same station. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining us.